At Belmont, we've developed a tradition that the president usually delivers the commencement address. That practice began after I surveyed our graduating seniors one year and asked them what kind of speaker they'd like to have, and the overwhelming choice was none of the above. And I'm about the closest thing that you can find to that. So that's what I do. My classic commencement address quote that I give every time comes from Garrison Keillor, who once said something to the effect that the commencement speaker is like a small, dark cloud passing over what is otherwise a bright and joyous occasion. So I always try to make it a quick and brief cloud. And I love music and have found that for me, the lyrics of songs contain some of the most powerful truths around. And on several occasions, my remarks have consisted almost exclusively of song quotes linked together. I hear a few comments from my friends who say, I'm tired of this. You do this over and over. I quote to them the Don Henley Eagle line, "Get over it." And especially for the music faculty, I want you to understand, I really know it's only rock and roll. But I like it. Yes, I do. So today, the quotes that I'm going to use come from, and I want to tell you the performers, which takes longer than the speech, I think. But in order, you'll be hearing quotes from songs by Whitesnake, the Rolling Stones, Fleetwood Mac, The Who, Marvin Gaye, 4 Non-Blondes, the Rolling Stones again, Madonna, the Beatles, Coldplay, the Eagles, Vince Gill, Barbra Streisand, the Youngbloods, Nickelback, John Lennon, Louis Armstrong, Tim McGraw, U2, the New Radicals, Vince Gill again, Brooks and Dunn, Gnarls Barkley, Joe South, Tears for Fears, George Bernard, John Newton, Charlotte Elliott, Jars of Clay, Bob Dylan, Tom Petty, The Romantics, Trisha Yearwood, Miley Cyrus, Coldplay again, The Clash, Semisonic, The Moody Blues, Roy Orbison, Leona Lewis, The Police, Amy Grant, The Stylistics, Journey, Fleetwood Mac again, and our own last year graduate, Joshua Eric Wright, and we close with Steven Tyler and Aerosmith. So, here I go again. White, see how that works? How many of you have even heard of Whitesnake? I'm so proud. Yeah, okay, here I go again, and I hope you like it. Yes, I do. But if you don't, just tell me lies. Tell me sweet little lies when this is over. And I want to begin by asking you a couple of high-level questions. Who are you? And more generally, what's going on? And as I stop and look around, it's clear that we are living in a material world. But surely you've already discovered that money can't buy you love. And I bet you already know the emptiness that comes when you get what you want, but not what you need, stuck in reverse. You have to have seen the video. Because it seems to me some fine things have been laid upon your table, but you only want the ones that you can't get. But when it comes down to the things that matter, I believe it's really about loving God and loving people. People who need people really are the luckiest people in the world. So come on, people, smile on your brother. Everybody get together and let's love one another right now. Imagine if everyone cared, what a wonderful world it would be. We would love deeper and we speak sweeter and we'd give forgiveness we've been denied. We would live like we were dying. And you would give yourself away and give yourself away, always knowing that you only get what you give. It's so true. No matter what you make, all that you can take is what you give away. And you know there's going to be a judgment day. what will you say? I love that. I love that song. Which leads us to God. Because you can't tell me that it all ends in a slow ride in a hearse. I raise my hands and I bow my head. I believe. And who do you think you are? Bless your soul. Do you really think you're in control? If you do, I think you're crazy. Probably. I know it's hard to see God sometimes with people walking up to you saying, glory, hallelujah, and then they try to sock it to you in the name of the Lord. So instead of joining everyone who wants to rule the world, cling to the old rugged cross and say, I surrender all to the God whose amazing grace accepted me just as I am and lifts me up from the drowning flood. And know that loving God is about serving people. And make no mistake, you're going to have to serve somebody. Well, it may be the devil or it may be the Lord, but you're going to serve somebody. So decide what's right. You've got just one life. In a world that keeps on pushing you around, don't back down. Stand your ground. And you'll figure it out. That's what I like about you. Yeah. You get most of them that come after the 90s, right? But be clear on your goals, remembering there's always going to be another mountain. You're always going to want to make it move. It ain't about how fast you get there. It's not about what's waiting on the other side. That's great. And I guarantee you if I said, well, I'll just say, Miley Cyrus fans, we just outed you. And what a great song. It's about the climb. So give it your best. If you never try, you'll never know just what you're worth. Well, it's time to confront that classic question. Should I stay or should I go? And the answer is, it's closing time. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. So go now before you see me cry. And instead of crying over you, this faculty and I are going to smile because we deserve to. But no, I'll be watching you, and I will remember you. I hope you remember me. In closing, I bet you, by golly, wow, you're going to be a huge success. Don't stop believing. Don't stop thinking about tomorrow. Life is short, but there's time enough to dream. So dream on, dream on. Dream until your dreams come true. Yeah.